All right, and we're live. Hi, everyone. I'm Abby, and I'm here with Demetrius, who has been so kind to drive all the way down to the studio to hang out with everyone.
How you guys doing?
And thank you to everyone who has joined us in our hangout today. We're gonna get started like right away. And if anyone, maybe the people in the room want to introduce themselves and tell us where you're from and share a fun Degrassi moment with us. Ashley, would you like to start?
Okay, hello. My name is Ashley. I'm from Los Angeles, California. And a Degrassi fact, I've been watching it since I was 11, like the original stuff, 2001. Go way back.
Amazing. Do you have a favorite season?
Oh my goodness, are you serious? I can't do that. I can't do that. But I can say my favorite characters. I have top two, Manny, and then of course I'm gonna have to go with all the other ladies. Monroe, I think, because I'm more like his punkness, and those characters are awesome. So.
Interesting. Very cool. Nice to meet you, Ashley. And sorry, where were you from, Ashley?
Oh, I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, nice.
LA. Yeah.
And hi, Carmel.
Hey, so I'm Carmel. I'm from New York, and I've been watching since season 6, so also for a while now. And I'd have to say my favorite Degrassi moment from this season, I'm going to say one with Demetrius in it because this is the best time ever, is when you went to Claire's birthday party with the six-pack, and I was like, okay, this Mike Dallas character's got some cojones, and I need to watch out for him.
Nice.
Great to meet you. And we have Claire. Claire, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from England, and I've been watching Degrassi for 3 years, but there was a time when I had to, I'd go home after school and I wouldn't work, and I'd be watching episode after episode to catch up with it. So I did that until I caught up with all 11 seasons, and then we went on to season 12. So that was a busy couple of months.
So you caught up really quickly then, huh?
Yeah.
Batch watching.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Sounds very good. Sounds fun. Oh, and we have Chelsea. Oh yeah. Sorry, we just actually have someone new that just popped in the room. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, sorry, your mic isn't working. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna come right back to you. So you want to check out your mic. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm 18. I'm from Long Island, New York, and I've been watching Degrassi since I was 13. So I've been watching it for about 5 years now, and yeah.
Do you have a favorite moment or character?
My favorite character is probably Claire. She was the first character I really connected with, I think. So I really like her. But I like a lot of the characters. I think you're all wonderful, especially Dallas.
Thank you.
Yeah. And hi, Line.
Hi, my name is Line. I'm from Denmark, and I think my Degrassi moment was a week after External Machines Part 2 aired. I was diagnosed with criminal depression. So.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that with us. And what time is it over there right now?
It's 10 p.m. at night. So.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you for staying up and hanging out with us.
I've been somewhere, so I can't sleep.
And Chelsea, did you? Is your mic working now? Do you want to see?
Yeah, it is. Can you guys hear me? I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I'm Chelsea. I'm from Delray Beach, Florida, and my Degrassi moment was getting to go to Party with Degrassi in New Jersey last year. I flew all the way from Florida to Jersey just to go, and it was easily the best day. It was just so exciting. I met so many awesome people that I'm still friends with and talk Degrassi with all the time. It was amazing. And my favorite character is Drew Torres.
Oh, Drew.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, and maybe just to raise, can you, everyone in the room raise your hand if you went to the Party with Degrassi? Okay, so we got 3 out of, and I see Claire just making a sad face. Maybe next time, okay? So I just want to keep tabs on that and figure out where we can hopefully get the cast going. So fingers crossed. All right, so I will get started on asking the questions. I'm sure you guys have so much you want to know about Demetrius. Yes, yes. And he's eager to answer your questions.
100%.
Ashley, why don't we start with you? Would you like to ask Demetrius a question?
Okay, you do seem amped. Yeah. Okay, so it's okay. I'll keep it easy on you. So, well, actually, I don't know about this one. So, of course, we watched the episode where Cam commits suicide, and you had to play that role of someone really close dying to you through suicide. I was wondering, have you ever had to experience that in real life? And how did you handle it?
No, I haven't. Fortunately, I mean, that's such a traumatic event for anyone to go through. And it was hard for me to actually get into it because I was thinking to myself, how am I going to portray someone who has been through this when I've never really had that kind of, struggle in my life and that heartbreak. So, I haven't, but I hope that I portrayed it as well as I could and made it seem realistic. So.
Yeah. How did you find inspiration to do that scene? Like, what kind of moment did you go to when you were acting?
Well, I had a feeling from maybe when I first got on the show, it was kind of tossed around quietly. No one really officially said anything, but I kind of prepared myself from, I think, maybe 2 or 3 months before the actual script came out. I just thought, okay, if this comes up, I need to mentally prepare myself. So it was a lot of preparation. And when it actually came down to the first few weeks, like before we actually filmed it, I was really just prepping hard and trying to bring myself there emotionally. I mean, I can't really explain it any different than that because it's kind of something that I just do within myself, but that's pretty much what I did. It was a lot of mental prep.
Yeah, was it hard to get out of that moment too after you had filmed it then?
Yeah, it was really hard. I kind of just ruined my day after that. I just wanted to sit in the corner and do nothing. It was really emotionally draining, but.
Yeah, it was a really wonderful moment that you captured there on the screen. Thanks for your question, Ashley. Carmel, would you like to ask the next question?
Sure. Mine isn't as serious, but so why Degrassi? Degrassi's been around for so long, and you're coming on at this new character, this like new kid on the block, so to speak. Why'd you choose to participate in it?
Oh, well, I mean, it's a great show. It's got such a great fan base, and it's very Canadian. I love that about it. A lot of shows will try and make it seem like it's in another place, like in the States or whatnot. And, I'm being very proud of being Canadian, not bashing the U.S. at all, just saying, it's very nice to see a Canadian show be so successful. And not to mention the message that messages, I would say, Degrassi gets across to a lot of young teens and whatnot. I feel like it's great and so helpful. And I see that with a lot of the things that people say, this episode, it really related to me in a lot of ways, and I just think it's great. I mean, it's an entertaining show with a lot of drama, but at the same time, it's like a PSA too, to try and help young preteens, teens get through, high school and a lot of the drama that happens in their life. So.
Yeah, awesome. Great question. Chelsea, would you like to ask a question?
I would. I'm not sure how much you'll actually be able to answer this, but one thing I was wondering is, Demetrius, how do you think your character will be affected in a long term regarding Cam's suicide and how he dealt with it? How do you think this could change him for the future?
I think first and foremost, Dallas is going to be a little smarter in the way that he talks to people, because a lot of the time leading up to the suicide, Dallas was very hard on Cam. He didn't really give him a break, and I think in himself he regrets that. And he feels responsible to an extent for Cam's death. So I definitely think he's going to be he's going to think a little bit more before he says things, and he's going to be Dallas, so he's going to be he's going to toughen up on the outside and kind of make it seem like, oh no, I'm okay, I'm holding it down. But at the same time, I definitely think it's in the back of his mind all the time, and he definitely is. He's just going to think about things before he does it, and he's going to respect people a little bit more.
Very interesting. Good questions, everyone. Claire, go ahead.
Obviously, with Bittersweet Symphony, there was like a lot of intense scenes, like throughout both the episodes. But what was either the most intense for you to film, or for you to watch being filmed?
I think so far it was the scene where I was in the hallway with Melinda. That was a really intense scene to film, and I think because of the contrast too, not just because of what happened in the scene, but because of the lead up to it and just hearing the people say those things, you know what I mean? And when you're actually immersed in that, you sit back and you think, you know, wow, people actually do say these things when suicides happen, and it's so sad. So I think it was just so intense from all aspects of the scene, not just because of the gravity of what happened in it.
Yeah. And my question, this is another question, a follow-up. And when you were filming Bittersweet Symphony, you were filming all this out of order too, were you? Yeah, so like you were probably, you know, reacting to Cam's death even before, you know, Cam, the character, had even committed suicide. So like, was that really difficult and challenging for you? Kind of getting the mind frame.
It was definitely to actually just switch, you know, from having a nice, happy, cheery scene before, not necessarily cheery, but just not as deep, and then go deep like that, and then to come back out of it to a scene that's, again, a little lighter. It is hard, but I mean, I'm used to it. So a lot of times in the industry, we block shoot, so all the shows that I've worked on, we've done that. So I guess I was kind of used to it, and I've trained myself for it, but it was definitely difficult because of the gravity of what happened.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, it's tough. We're still still reeling over it, I think. And Jackie, go ahead.
Okay, what was your reaction to finding out that Dallas had a kid, and do you think that that's changed him in any way?
I think, like, when it happened, when I read it, I just couldn't believe it. Like, everyone that knew was just watching me, but Monroe was sitting beside me, and both of us at the same time just literally were like, "What? I can't believe this! I'm a baby daddy!" You know, I was just like, "Oh my goodness, this is crazy." I was excited though. I was like, "Wow, I did not see that coming at all. I had no idea. It was completely out of the blue." And in terms of changing Dallas, I think he's gonna spend a lot more time and focus on his priorities in life. And that being his child and not chasing girls as much as he was before, because you know what happened with Cam, you got to hold those close to you really tight. So.
Yeah, and funny enough, okay, so that scene, you know, when you're on the rooftop and you're talking to Fiona, and she's like, "Don't you have something you have to like live for?" Did you know about Rocky at that point, like the baby daddy? No,
I had
you didn't
no
know.
idea.
You didn't even know yet.
I had no idea. I thought it was about Allie at first. I was like, wow, okay, well, I mean, he really likes this girl. And to find out it was my son, I'm like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, and I guess that's gonna. How's it like acting with a kid?
Oh, it was awesome. Justice, he was so cooperative. He was amazing. He was really funny. I had a great time. I remember, you know, when I was younger and I was acting and I was, maybe like 6 or 7, I wasn't very easy to work with. So, you know, having a youngin like that, being so receptive to everything is great.
Oh, and he's adorable. He was at our rap party.
He was.
He was dancing with us at a rap party. Just a fun FYI. So much more of Justice to come. Lion, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Yeah, the fight scene in Sabotage. How was filming it?
It was, at first, it was a little difficult to work out all the choreography, but when we actually got into it, it was so much fun. It was very physically draining. You guys may not have seen that, but we did that fight scene the entire day. And me and Monroe, when we play fight, we don't just lightly play fight. We play fight. Like, we were actually going at it. I think I sprained my wrist that day too, and I don't know, sore muscles and everything, and because I told him, I was like, man, honestly, if I let you get a jab on me, just throw it, just do it. You know, like, I didn't let him get that jab on me, but in his mind, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get you. So it was intense. It was a lot of fun though. I really enjoyed that.
Oh wow. And maybe there'll be a lot more of that to come.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows, right?
Who knows? That's why you have to keep watching.
Yeah.
Maybe. And thanks for all for the questions right now. I'm going to jump over to Google Plus to some of the questions that people have been sharing with us. And one of them, this one is from Gregory Lyon on Google Plus. And who is your celebrity crush?
Well, my all-time favorite, since I was like, I don't know, 12, 13, Eva Mendes. I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I think she's beautiful. But actually, last night, I went to the Rihanna concert, and I saw Rihanna on stage, and I was just like, wow, like, now I see why everyone is just raving about this girl. She is a great performer, and she's got amazing sex appeal, so I put her up there as well.
Oh, nice. And another question, this one's from YouTube. What is your favorite TV show? And this is from Shelley Forrester.
Most recently, I'm gonna say Blue Mountain State. It's about this football team, and literally everything you've heard about football teams down to a T, that is exactly what it was. And it's just a funny show, hilarious. The acting is pretty good in it, and I feel like it relates to me in some ways. You know, I'm not like that exactly, but I think it's really funny. And a really serious show that I really, really love, and I've seen every episode of, is Breaking Bad.
Yeah, so good.
I just think that show has been put together so amazingly well, and in my opinion, it is the best show on TV that I have ever seen, in my own personal opinion.
Yeah, Ashley agrees with us as well.
Amazing.
It is a good show. So good. Yeah, and this is another question from Google+. So what TV show would you like to get an acting spot on if you could? It's by Ariana Booth.
Specifically, sure, I'd say Breaking Bad. That'd be so cool. I would have an amazing character be like, you know, some intense runner or something like that, getting all mixed up and everything. Or any HBO or AMC show. Like, I don't know anything specifically right now that I would want to be on, but I know their caliber of shows is just amazing, and everything about them is just so top notch. I would love to be on an HBO show.
Yeah, and Carmel suggested Girls, perhaps.
I don't know that show, but sure. It sounds fun.
Yeah, and the other thing is you've been acting in comedies and also in dramas. So like you seem to prefer the dramas now, or do you still enjoy comedies?
Yeah, for right now, I definitely think the drama thing is great. I mean, it's different. I haven't done it in like, I don't know, 7 years. It's been a while. I started off when I was acting as a young child doing drama, and then I transitioned over to like comedy and younger kid shows, and then now I'm going back to drama. So yeah, I definitely say for right now, I prefer drama. Maybe sometime down the road, you know, if I have the opportunity and the choice, I'll definitely go.
Yeah. And okay, so I think Claire had a question. Go ahead.
What was it like being like reunited with the boys of Buzz again?
It was amazing, and especially the fact that I was on the year that they were on. Great. I love working with those guys, and it's been so long since we have, and the chemistry between us on set is just so good. So I was so excited, and they were too. We were bouncing off the ceilings for like an hour.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, who in the room had the next question? Do you want to just raise your hand really quick? I think we just, Ashley, would you like to go next? You can unmute.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go because I guess Claire had the next one, but it's fine. So for your character, and this is for like thinking as Dallas, what kind of person would you want to hook up with for the characters on the show besides Ali Bandari? Or if you had the chance to create a character, what would she look like and how would she act?
Ideal love match.
I know, right? But for your character, not you.
Knowing Dallas, I mean, I think he definitely wants like a playboy type girl, a girl who's very like fit, good looking, very voluptuous, and obviously a girl that I would assume would hold him down. I don't think he really cares too much about personality at this point, but definitely a very, very good looking girl for Dallas.
Interesting. So you think he's still in that stage of his teen? Is it teen? He's still into the drums. He's still into the drama.
I think so. But I think later on in life, I think that'll transition. He'll look for a girl who's got a really good personality, and also is very attractive to him, not just, you know, overall. Because I feel like Dallas, he's still in some ways insecure. You know, he's got a lot of stuff to prove, and he's got to uphold that captain role. You know, so he's got to always show face and be like, yeah, that's my girl, kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah, and Carmel, go ahead.
So, did you play hockey before joining the cast and being Mike Dallas's superstar ice hockey player?
Okay, here's a story with me and hockey. They're laughing because they know. All right, so when I was I was like 5 or 6. My mom and my dad got me into a lot of sports, and hockey was one of the ones that I tried, and honestly, it was just bad. I was really bad at it. I couldn't skate, I couldn't puck handle, anything like that. So hockey kind of dropped off. And then for Degrassi, they're like, can you play hockey? And I was like, yeah, I can play hockey. Usually shows they'll ask you that, can you play sports? And I'm like, yeah, I can assume I can do that. And I was a little overconfident there. And, for, I don't know, maybe a month before, our DOP was like, oh, D, like, you better start practicing how to skate. We're actually going to be playing hockey. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And then the script comes in front of me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is an actual hockey sequence. I can't do this. So we were doing, so they had rehearsal dates set up for us, and they basically taught me how to skate. And luckily, I picked it up decently fast, and it worked for the show. So, but as for me playing hockey.
So there's surprisingly no stunt double for you then.
No.
So you were skating.
I was skating, some in the background there, but I was skating.
They made the sequence around you, like they skated around
Yeah.
you. The captain was just stalling in the corner.
Yeah, I had to wear the big C, and all the guys were laughing at me. They're like, this guy's wearing the C? What's going on here?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, and the next question, I think Jackie had the next question. Go ahead.
Okay, so going off on like relationships and stuff, do you think that Allie and Dallas make a good pairing? If so, why? And if not, why not?
I definitely think they do. I think the chemistry between them is really good. And I like the fact that she kind of puts Dallas in his place when he gets out of line. When they had that phone call about her not dating mean guys and him needing to respect Cam a little bit more at the time. I just think that's great. I think Dallas needs that, because sometimes his head gets a little in the clouds and he just goes back into his default hockey mode. So I think they're a great match. And just the actual, the connection between them, I think is great. So I think that's a great match, yeah.
Yep. And this is a question from Google+. This is from Aaliyah Blair. If you could switch roles with anybody on the show right now, who would it be? So, like, you as another character.
Let me think. I think Justin. Just because his character does such funny things, I just love it. And I mean, a lot of that is Justin's own flavor. Like, I can't just credit that to the character. Jay is just, he's so funny himself. But I think it'd be fun to kind of try out. Like, Garden Boy. That'd be cool.
A garden boy, yeah, that'd be funny. Who knew you had a green thumb? Maybe, is that a thing? Do you like gardening? No?
I'm not a big fan, to be honest.
So it's just like hockey then.
Yeah, exactly.
You can learn it. Okay, so the next question is, Line, go ahead.
What is the funniest bloopers you have?
Corey, can you repeat that, sorry?
What is the funniest blooper you ever had?
Oh, funniest blooper. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I don't remember. Justice was he running around?
He was like laughing on his face.
Oh, okay. I can't even say that. Okay, let me think. Oh, okay. It was actually on Winging It with me and Dylan.
Oh, right.
And we were doing promotional stuff for it, for a Family Channel. And I remember they wanted to do this thing where they had the camera set up and they had a lens and we were throwing Jello at it because in the actual episode we get pelted with Jello like globs, right? So we were throwing it at the thing, and there was one last apple, like an apple cider, apple cup, or whatever it's applesauce, or I forgot what it's called. And Dylan decided to turn it on me and throw it all over me, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And this guy took off. So I chased him into some dude's backyard. He was like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry." So we came back, and I'm covered in this applesauce, and I'm like, oh, "How am I gonna get this kid back?" So as we're walking, I see this huge bucket of water just sitting there. I was like, okay, I'm not going to say anything. So I just walked stealthily, looked around, grabbed it, and just tossed it all over him. It was the funniest thing.
Oh, that's good. Have you guys, do you guys prank around a lot on the set now?
Not really, to be honest. On Winging It, we did a lot more because we were with each other all the time the same day. But I feel like now in Degrassi, it's serious. When I'm on set, it's time to work, right? So I don't really play around like that anymore. I mean, there are moments, we might laugh a little bit here and there, but in terms of pranking stuff like that, we don't really do that anymore. It's serious business,
Very interesting, very interesting. And Claire, go ahead.
This isn't my question, but I cried so much at the last episode of Winging It, like, oh my god.
Really?
Yeah. But my question is, did you originally audition for the role of Dallas? And my friend Danny loves you, by the way. He's like, yeah, she's in love with you.
Oh, cool. Well, tell her I said thank you. And yes, I did. I auditioned for Dallas initially.
I'd be curious to see like Dallas as Jake. You know, like one of those like webisode moments where Dallas is playing Jake. I think that would be hilarious. That would be so funny. Yeah, so Chelsea, go ahead. You had a question?
I did. Demetrius, you might have already answered this, and Karma Police might have already answered this, but just in your interpretation, that moment on the roof when Fiona asks Dallas, you know, there has to be one person that you can stick around for. What was, in your interpretation, who do you think that was that person that he was sticking around for?
At the time, I thought it was Allie being in Dallas, you know, the character of Dallas, so I just kind of related it to that. Come to find out it was about my son Rocky, but yeah, at the time that's what I thought it was, and it worked, you know, it was like stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and sorry, go ahead, Jackie, you had a question?
Yeah, so Fiona and Dallas, like, are probably two people I would never expect to be friends, like, ever, because they're so, like, incredibly different, but I found that I really like their friendship. What's your opinion about it?
I think it's really cool. I think it's different, just like you said, because Dallas is just, he's got no filter on his mouth. He just lets it go, and he just says what he wants to say. And I think Fiona, to an extent, you know, that bothers her, but at the same time, she's like, you know what, he's got qualities about him that are nice. So I think that she kind of puts that aside, and especially from the time that when we were at the dance and we had that conversation, and I kind of just gave her some serious advice. She took that. She's like, you know, wow, okay, this guy actually has a nice side to him, and I think she appreciated that. So.
Yeah, and plus, I think Fiona's kind of tough like that too. She says what's on her mind, whether
exactly,
people
right?
hate her or not, right?
Exactly.
Very similar, actually, similar characters. Thanks for your question. And this is another question that we're going from YouTube, and this is from Kitty Cat CM. What's your dream cat? I'm sorry.
My
car.
dream
Car.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! It says cat.
I was like, dream car. Oh, that's a good question.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. Car.
Okay, my dream car.
My bad.
Yeah, that's all good. That happens. That's pretty funny. Okay, at this point in time, I changed my dream car on the daily, but this one car has stuck with me for the longest. It is a Porsche 911 GT3 RS 4.0 and the 997 version, which is the previous generation of the 911. For anyone who knows cars, you know what I'm talking about.
There's an auto show coming up now in Toronto soon, right? Or
I passed.
Oh, just passed.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there for it, but I was there the year before. I got to see some really nice cars.
And that was sufficiently embarrassing. But the next question is, anybody in the room want to ask another question? Yeah, Ashley, go ahead.
So first of all, I just want to say I can always teach you how to skate. I play ice hockey, so, you know, we can show you some moves. But
Awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh anymore. It's okay, Abby. It was cute. But so I actually yesterday just watched an episode of your show that you did before Degrassi. Was it The Latest Buzz? Was it was called? Or
yeah, it was The Latest Buzz. I did Winging It before Degrassi, and then before Winging It, I did The Latest
okay.
Buzz.
Well, I saw The Latest Buzz episode. And you were playing like DJ Blue Boogaloo.
Oh yes, I remember that. Okay.
How did it feel playing a role like that compared to doing a role in Degrassi? I was cracking up yesterday. It was so funny.
Honestly, playing Michael and especially in that episode, it was so much fun because he was so different than me, you know, and it was a challenge at first. But as soon as I got my head wrapped around the character, I just felt like there was so much freedom to try new things. And because it wasn't myself, I'm like, you know, this is a reflection of the character. This has nothing to do with me. So I just kind of went all out. And I remember that episode specifically playing that DJ. That was cool, too, because I was like another persona of Michael. So I thought that was really fun. It was very different.
Yeah, and this actually leads into a really good question from Google+. Sorry, I'll get to your, I think I'll get back into the room really quick after this, but do you think that you'd get along with Mike Dallas in real life? And this is a question from Lily Kaplan.
I think I would, to an extent. I mean, sometimes just his callousness and his rude attitude. I don't know if I would like that necessarily, but I think there are qualities of him that I like. I like his strive to try and be really good at hockey. Like, he understands what it means to grind and really work hard, and I do as well. So I think we would relate on that level. And I think he's pretty funny. Like, yeah, he says some rude stuff, but it cracks me up. I'll be reading, I'm like, this guy, man, jealous.
Maybe not your friend circle, but you'd hang out with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to hang out with Mike Dallas? He's cool. He's a cool guy. Yeah, Chelsea, go ahead. You had a question?
I did. So at this point, you've gone through a friend's suicide, and you've been a baby daddy. Any other plot lines you would like Dallas to have before he ends his run?
That's a good question. Honestly, at this point, I don't have anything specifically that I would like to see. I kind of just, everything that they've thrown at me for the character, I think is really cool, and I think it definitely goes with the suit of the character. You know, nothing abnormally abstract from his kind of personality and whatnot. So I think they got some cool stuff in store for Dallas. And in terms of anything I would like to see specifically, I don't know, maybe some with cars, just because I love cars. You know, that's my own personal thing. But no, I don't know. There's nothing specific that I would like to see so far.
Okay. Nothing yet, but you already have plenty of drama. So
Exactly.
you know, stay tuned and keep watching season 12. There's going to be a lot more Dallas messiness later on. Because nothing with Dallas is simple.
Yeah, nothing.
There's like a baby all of a sudden.
Just coming out the woodwork.
Yeah, and I think the next question, who had the next question? Sorry, I've lost track. I think, Claire, would you like to go next?
Okay. Is there like an actor that you kind of look up to? Like, Annie is like obsessed with Leonardo DiCaprio. Is there anyone who you would like to work with like that?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I really like Terrence Howard. I feel like he is incredibly underrated. He is such a good, talented actor. I think he's really, really good. I like Don Cheadle. I like Tom Hardy. There's so many. Denzel Washington. Everyone loves Denzel. But I think Tom Hanks is really good as well. I love his movies. There's so many. Brad Pitt's cool too, but in terms of like talent-wise, I think Terrence Howard is like my number one right now.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty master list. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna, before I go back into the room, I have a question, and this is from Hugs for Eclair on Twitter. She wants to know if you, Justin and Monroe, can still rap the Buzz Boy rap.
Oh!
Can you still rap?
I think I still remember that, to be honest. Yeah, I think we could. We sit down for like 2 minutes, watch it, refresh our memories, and we're good to go.
Okay, so that is going to be a little web clip. Hopefully we can get the three of you together.
I'll get Monroe to do it. It'd be awesome.
Oh my gosh, that sounds really, really funny. And Carmel just said, I'm so glad this is being recorded because now we have proof. and we'll try to get a sample of the track.
Definitely, and we'll put a new flavor on it, so it'll be revised.
Remix. Oh my gosh, this is like the stakes keep going higher and higher on this, right? So
I hope Monroe and Jay don't get mad at me. Dude, what are you doing?
Okay, what minute are we at of the clips? Can someone clip that and just make sure we send that to Monroe and Justin? Okay, so there we go. All right, and the next question is, I think the next question goes to Jackie. Go ahead.
Okay, so I realized this when we were talking about like the latest Buzz again. So you know how like Vanessa Morgan was in the last episode, and she was like, Mike and I go way back. Was that like an intended like double meaning, or because I thought of that and I was just like, oh god.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe the character did, but it was just really funny because when I read the script initially, you know, on top of finding out that I had a son, my baby mom's name was Vanessa. And that literally, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is just such a weird coincidence. I was like, what? So honestly, maybe there's some underlying truth there, but that's for the writers. I don't know.
I just like found that funny. I like remembered watching that and I was like, oh god, was that like intended?
Yeah, likewise.
I had to pause it because I was watching it online. I had to laugh a little bit.
It's like a show within a show within a show.
Yeah.
And Carmel, go ahead. Did you have a question?
Okay. Yes, sorry. Okay, so you just listed all these amazing actors who you're fans of, but in a movie about your life, who would you want to play you?
Ooh, that's a really
That's
good question.
a good question.
That's a really good question.
Thank you.
Ooh. I would say someone to Will Smith's caliber, but a little younger, because Will Smith is older, but maybe the younger version of him, because I think he's so diverse as well. Like he can play comedy really well, and he can do serious roles really well, and he's just so multi-talented. It's just amazing. So yeah, I would say that.
Okay, and here's a question from YouTube, and this is from. I'm gonna make sure. I'm making sure I'm reading this really carefully before. So no more cats. Okay, this is from Queen Poser 1 on YouTube. And what is your dream vacation?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think traveling to places that not everyone that are so saturated. You know what I mean? Like places that everyone goes, but still beautiful places. So I would definitely say I would want to go through Europe and check out a lot of the heritage and just the different lifestyle that they live out there compared to here. Like a lot of people like going to like the Bahamas or West Indies and whatnot. Just I want to go to places that aren't as sought after as a travel location, And I like going to places that are very wintry a lot of times. So I like that. I definitely want to do that.
Very cool. Have you been to any of these places yet?
I haven't yet.
No.
But hopefully sometime in the near future.
Okay, maybe we will have to party with Degrassi in a very obscure location.
I think
So many ideas coming up from this chat. Okay, and I think Claire had a question. If you wanted to share that with us.
Okay. Is there a couple on the show that you ship? Like, because there's Eclair and there's Cake, and if you go back, there's Dolly J. Is there anyone that you really like together other than Dallas and Ali?
I like the Drew and Bianca relationship because they've stayed together through a lot of hardship, and I think that's really cool because that shows love, and I think that's great. And they look good together as well, so definitely those two.
Drianka, pretty, yeah. And Chelsea says Drianka wins every award, or yeah. I'm gonna agree with that. That's a pretty good chip. Right. Except if you guys watched Stefan's last hangout, I think he was saying he liked Spema. So make sure we just give him some more grief about that. I see everyone in the room shaking their head. So yeah, and Claire, of course.
Oh yeah.
All right. Okay. So this is a question from Google Plus. This is Annalise De Silva's question. What is it like acting with Monroe and Justin now compared to when you were younger?
There's a little less clowning around, we'll say. There is still a lot because that's just our chemistry. That's just how we are. But it's cool because we're in different characters and we're doing different things, and it's like, we kind of feed off each other, our energy, and when we're in the scene, it's like, oh, okay, like the scene is going in this direction, so you just kind of roll with it. Like the chemistry is just so good, it's so real that I love it. If I could do scenes with these guys all day, but
yeah, I think that would be really funny.
It's evolved. Yeah, it's evolved to a completely new level.
Maybe there's a way we can get Dallas to rollerblade with Jake and Eli.
That would be amazing.
Can you rollerblade?
Not really. Maybe I'll just ride a bike.
Oh, that's really funny. Okay, and this is a question from YouTube. And his name's Matt Caston. What is your idea of a guy's good night? Like a good night out? With
the boys?
Yeah.
Assuming? Okay. For me personally, I like going to do activities that like going bowling, going go-karting, playing some pool. I love playing pool. Just chilling out, or even just going back to one of our houses, watching a game, watching the UFC fight, having a few beers, drinking, sorry, I repeated myself there. So having a few beers, maybe grabbing some burgers or some subs, just kind of taking it easy. Nothing too extravagant, like going out to a club or, I'm not really into that kind of stuff. I like just kind of kicking it back where I can, sit back and have a conversation with my friends. I like that a lot.
Oh.
Or even, sorry, one more thing, playing Monopoly. We love playing Monopoly.
Monopoly?
It's crazy, it gets heated as heck, but I love playing Monopoly. It is so much fun. Because, now we got that whole negotiating thing on the table, and sometimes we pull on our personal strings, be like, bro, like, I know you would like this. You know, why are you bringing my personal life into the game? That's not cool. You know, like things like that.
Wow, that's so funny. And when you play Monopoly, do you have like a piece of your choice? Like, do you play a certain piece that's like luckier?
The battleship.
You're the battleship.
Always battleship.
Okay. See, some inside scoop on Demetrius. Who knew you were such a like? I didn't know you played Monopoly.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I love that game.
Oh, that's really funny. And okay, and this is the question from YouTube, and this is from Cookie Dough. If you could be any of the Avengers, which would you be?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me think about that. I think Iron Man's pretty cool. Just because he's so smart and he's wealthy as like anybody. He's got so much money, and I think that the fact that he uses his money to do good things, I think is really cool. And his suit is awesome, and he drives an R8 in the Acura NSX. And Robert Downey Jr. Yes.
Yeah.
Just win all across the board with that character.
Agreed. And there's also, I think there's going to be a new Iron Man soon, right? Iron Man 3. Yeah, that'll be interesting. And all right, so, and a lot of people said like 10 points to Gryffindor, and a lot of people are like, agreed. I think Ashley was pretty excited that you checked Iron Man too. So Ashley, go ahead. You had the next question?
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. is my absolute favorite, and Iron Man is like the best character ever. So, 10 points. But I was wondering, since, well, it seems that you're kind of a nerd, but nothing wrong with that. What would you say is considered the nerdiest thing you do besides playing Monopoly?
The nerdiest thing I do. That's a good question. I spend a lot of time researching cars, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily nerdy, but I'll sit there and just read statistics and learn about the car and whatnot. Like a lot of people will be out having fun. I'll just be at home reading about them.
So you're like a car junkie, car addict.
Oh, big time. And if I'm not doing that, I'll be working on my car. Like on a Friday night, people will be going out, and I'll be like, nah, sorry, man, I gotta work on my car. So.
What car do you drive right now?
I have an A4 that I drive every day, and I have a Nissan 300 ZX, a 1990. That's like my baby. That's my prized possession.
Wow.
I hope no one stalks you now, because you just described your.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should have said that. I ride the bus.
And I was wondering if I can add one more to that, because what would you say is the most embarrassing song you have on your iPod?
Ooh, that's a good question. Embarrassing song.
Is it the Buzz Boys rap?
I do know. I think I have a Trey Songz song on my iPod, and that's pretty embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Trey Songz, you know, it's
I'm
not.
talking about Taylor Swift, Jonas Brothers.
It's, you know, women with his music, and it's a little weird, but I think it's a song with ASAP, so it's not that bad. But.
Maybe. Do you have like a lot of slow jams? Maybe like it's.
Oh, I have a lot of slow jams, but I have no shame. I listen to a lot of '90s R&B, a lot of R&B and soul. And I love that, like old school R. Kelly, listening to Aaliyah, Blackstreet, Casey JoJo, 112. Like I love a lot of the old school R&B and rap as well.
You get more cool points for that too.
So many points.
Yes, old school '90s. It's like the best. I don't know. It really is.
Yeah, Jackie agrees too. Jackie's like '90s pop is the shiz.
Honestly, I love the '90s. I think there was a lot of great things that came out of the '90s. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that too. For sure. I'm not going to admit what I like, but because that's
Extra
for another.
boys.
But okay, Jackie, your question next.
I was just wondering, like, how did you get into acting, and like, yeah, what made you want to become an actor or stay an actor?
Well, when I was younger, like I previously said with sports, my mom really she just wanted me to stay active and do something, get started in something when I was really young. So I started off modeling, and then from modeling I did a little bit of background work, and then from there I got a talent agency, you know, started with commercials, then gradually got more things. And I just stayed with it because I loved it, because at that time it wasn't a career for me, it was just something I enjoyed doing. And that's why I've been in it for so long, because it started off at that. It wasn't, you know, for me then a job. You know, I did it because I loved it, and that passion has carried me through, and that's why I've stayed with acting for so long.
And do you still feel that same way now?
Oh yeah. Even more now. The older I get, the more I try to, evolve and become better. So I work so much harder at it every year.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Great question. Chelsea, you had a question? Go ahead.
Hi, sorry, my microphone wouldn't unmute. First of all, Demetrius, no love for Thor? I mean, come on, he's Thor.
Yeah, Thor is pretty cool. I mean.
Okay, all right, cool,
awesome.
cool. So we're still cool. Great. All right, we're still cool. Good. So my question was, how much of Dallas's personality do you think is a front? How much insecurity do you think he has, and how much of the swagger does he actually just kind of fake to get by?
I think a lot of the mean bravado is a front. I feel like he's been around that. That's just what he knows. So he's doing it to impress a lot of his boys, I feel, to an extent. I think he does have a good amount of swag to an extent, but I think a lot of that, when he's just trying to be cool, trying to pick on people, trying to impress people, I think that's complete. Like, that's fake. That's a facade. Like, Dallas, he's not like that, I don't think, deep down inside.
Yeah, great question. And I think the next question was to, I'm sorry, I'm just losing track in the room. There's so many questions that have popped up. Lion, go ahead. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Why do you think Dallas is always called Dallas and not Mike?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's just a nickname. Like, everyone just has a nickname. Like, with your boys, everyone's just known as, whatever their nickname is. So, and I think that's just cool. I would prefer to be called Dallas and not Mike. I think that's cool. And I think just because he introduces himself as Dallas, everyone just knows him as Dallas, and it's been like that for, however long he's been playing hockey. So.
Yeah, and probably because your jersey too, right? It's like your jersey name, like Saunders. They call him Saunders,
yeah.
Right?
And especially because they play at a high level of hockey, I think that everyone just knows him as that. Like, a lot of basketball players have nicknames and whatnot, and you just call them that, like King James, LeBron, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. True. And this is a question from YouTube, and this is from Samantha Canasini. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. What are your favorite sports teams?
Ooh, that's a good question. I love the Raptors. I think now, especially because they're putting on such a good hustle to really become a top-tier team. And I also, again, going back to the 90s, I like Michael Jordan with the Chicago Bulls. The way those guys played, it was just amazing. Yeah, so those, I would say, the two. I don't really watch any other sports, to be honest. I just love basketball.
And you're playing basketball again now, you were saying?
I've started picking it up a little bit more and just trying to get myself into a healthier lifestyle, start working out again, and that's it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get the writers to campaign for you to play basketball.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You'll actually get to play basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so Claire, go ahead. You had a question?
Okay, my friend Kendall is like really bugging me to tell you. It's like, this is embarrassing. She's telling me to tell you to take your shirt off. But
go ahead, take my shirt off. I would, but it's cold in here.
I thought you looked cold.
Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, there's some shirtless pics on Degrassi, I think there's one on my Instagram, so.
But my question is, since Dallas got to Degrassi, we've seen him get turned down by quite a few girls like Katie and Fiona. So do you feel like he has something to prove with Ali, that he's not like the typical kind of jock that everyone thinks he is?
Yeah, I mean, I think especially now because Ali actually gave him a chance, I feel like he's gonna definitely capitalize on the opportunity. And I think because of what has happened to him in the recent, it's changed his outlook, and I think he's becoming a little more serious about it, not just trying to get with girls and just trying to hook up with girls because of, the whole camp situation, and actually her being like, whoa, I'm not interested in a guy like that. It's making him take a step back and he's like, you know what? I actually really like this girl, and I want to put in some effort to try and be with her seriously, not just kind of hook up with her and just be whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will give him a chance.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to respond. I'm sorry, really quick couple of messages that popped up in the room that I think are super funny. The basketball comment, I think Jackie just said, but you told me to play basketball, which is a quote from Casey. Have you remember that episode, like from a few seasons ago?
No.
Well, let's just try to find a gif of that and maybe like send that around. It's really, really funny. So maybe we'll get a Dallas version of that soon.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead, Claire. You had something else to add?
Oh, I just said that I'd give Dallas a chance if it was me, you know.
Oh,
That's just me.
Aww. Oh, that's really sweet. And I think Carmela, you're next.
Yes. Okay. So first, before I ask the real question that I want to ask, I have to ask this question, which is, have you ever done karaoke? Is this something you do?
No, I don't think I have, to my recollection. But I definitely want to try it. It looks like a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, then we can work with that, and I'll ask you, what would be the song that you choose? What would be the most embarrassing song that you would do in front of your friends?
Most embarrassing. I gotta know the lyrics to it. The funny thing is, I listen to a lot of songs, but I don't listen to the lyrics. But I definitely think "Don't You Worry Child" by Swedish House Mafia. I would just get so into that song, it would just be done. Like I would go all out with that. I think it would be incredibly embarrassing.
That's a hard song to sing.
Yeah,
That's a hard song to sing.
that too. I can't sing, so.
Oh, and someone actually posted. Someone just tweeted the GIF, but I don't. It's frozen on my phone. But it's just with Casey, and he just like, you told me to play basketball. Anyway, it's really funny.
That's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's karaoke. So now we have a lot of videos for Demetrius for him to sing to us.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'm setting myself up here for. Whoops.
Oh man, that's so funny. Okay, so did anybody else in the room have a next question? Or I'm just going to jump to a question from Twitter. And what was your favorite TV show as a child? This is from Ashanti.
Favorite TV show as a child? I really like Smart Guy. I really like watching that show. I thought that was really funny. And Recess, those two.
Recess? Oh yeah, I remember that show. That was so funny. Yeah, no, everyone else in the room seems to agree too. Anybody else have another question? Yeah, go ahead, Jackie.
So what kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, how do you hope that Degrassi will help your career as an actor after you leave the show?
I hope that the stuff that they give me, character-wise, really works well with my talent and represents me well. That's what I hope. So far, it's been amazing. I mean, they've been giving me so many good opportunities to kind of spread my wings and do the best that I can on the show. So far, I mean, Degrassi's given me everything that I could have asked for.
Ashley, you had a question?
Yep. Okay. So my question is, do you play? I noticed that a lot of the Degrassi actors do play like a musical instrument or sing, and we know you don't sing. So do you play an instrument at all?
I play guitar, but I've been on and off with it for so many years. But the funny thing is, anytime I kind of just leave it and I pick it up, I seem to remember everything that I last done with it. I just don't really have time anymore to play it, but I still play guitar, so it's there.
Yeah, you never forget what you learned. But what is your favorite song to play on it?
I think either One by Metallica or Nothing Else Matters.
Sweet.
Interesting. And Carmela just suggested a guitar video. Now this is getting out of hand.
I'm not signing up for that.
All right. Line, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, if you could take anything of Dallas's clothes or stuff, what would it be?
Varsity jacket. I love varsity jackets. The funny thing is, I have a varsity jacket that looks almost identical to the one that Dallas always wears. And everyone's always like, man, did you take your character's jacket? And I'm like, no, I've had this for so long. It just so happened that he has the same jacket. But yeah, I would take his. I love varsity jackets.
Yeah, that jacket is really sweet. I think the next question goes to, and I think Claire had another question. Go ahead.
Oh, someone was in front of me. I'm not sure who though.
Oh, sorry, Ashley was next, but go ahead, Claire. We'll just jump right back to Ashley. No?
Okay. We know that like Dylan, like he can't watch himself like at all. Like I don't know why, but can you watch yourself, or do you find it like awkward?
I remember when I was younger, I couldn't watch myself, but now I feel like it's crucial to me doing better. I have to really watch myself, and if it makes me cringe, then I need to do better, in my opinion. that's just how I look at it. But I think watching myself is an important part of my process because, I mean, you could think you're doing what you're doing, but when you actually see it, you're like, oh, I'm not doing that at all. But everyone's different, right? That's just become part of something that I've included in my process. So.
Very interesting. And this is a question from Google Plus, and her name's February and Natalia. If you weren't acting, what do you think you'd be doing?
I remember as a kid, my two passions were cars, and I really liked the military. So honestly, if I wasn't acting, I'd probably be involved with cars, and that's a guarantee. But I think I would be in the military, to be honest with you.
Very interesting. And this is another question from Google Plus. We have a lot of questions from here. And what is an unusual friendship you'd like to see Dallas have? And this is a question from Dara Elsler.
Let me think. Maybe him and Claire, because they don't really get along for the most part. That'd be a pretty different friendship. It'd be cool.
Yeah, I could see that happening. And I think Claire might not be able to take it sometimes too. When Dallas tells her the truth, she'd be like, I can't believe you said that.
Exactly.
How dare you? And this is something from, sorry, it just popped up on my Twitter. And this is from Call Me Dorothy, Snowflake Love. It's her birthday coming up, so she was wondering if you could get a birthday shout out.
Yeah, most definitely. Happy birthday to you, and I hope it's amazing. How old is she turning?
She didn't say, but if you want to tweet back at myself or Demetrius, we'll give you a happy birthday. And how was your birthday? Yours just passed. Yeah. A lot of the girls were just wishing you a happy birthday. What did you do?
It was really good. I went out to dinner with 10 of my closest friends, and then we went to play some pool. And that was really fun because that's what I like to do to pass the time when I'm not really doing anything. I just call up a few of my friends, we go play pool or we go play basketball.
No Monopoly though.
Monopoly, yes, that's always included.
Oh, that's included.
All the time. Oh
that's
yeah.
Always included.
I play Monopoly when I'm at home. I have it on my laptop, so I play it. I'm a nerd. I really like it, and honestly, that's all because of Monroe. Because I've liked Monopoly before, but when we were in LA together, that's all we had to do at his place. So it just became an addiction of mine, and I love it.
Carmela suggested Monopolists Anonymous.
That's a good one. I like that.
Oh, that's really funny. I can just imagine the two, Monroe and you, like getting really heated about Monopoly.
It's so funny because it's true. Because Justin just kind of sits there and he's just like, and me and Monroe are like, no, this is how much I want, and he's like, no, this is how much I'm gonna give you, and I'm like, I don't want to make the deal, and he's like, you're gonna make the deal. It's the funniest thing, but it's so good because. Like, we really get into the game, and it's always so close.
Oh, yeah, I can see the two of you. Like, you and Monroe, I definitely can see it, because, like, anytime you get really excited about something, but the two of you get so heated, like, I think that would be hilarious to watch.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And this is a question from Ashley Mosh, and this is from YouTube. Are there any rituals you have for remembering lines?
No, nothing that I've chosen myself. Typically I'll like snap my finger like this or just be very physically loud. I'll be like, oh, what's my line? Like snap my fingers. But no, typically I run through my lines a lot. So when I'm on set, if I forget them, it just comes right back really quickly.
Interesting. And Ashley, go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah. I was wondering, before going on Degrassi, did you have like a crush of one of the characters on the show, back in the day? Like
the actual person, or sorry?
No, the characters. Well, I guess it could be the characters and the actual person. However way you want to answer that.
No, not really, to be honest with you. I haven't, but I don't know if there would be. No, nothing I could think of. That's a good question, though. That was tough.
Maybe we can come back to it. Chelsea, you're next. Go ahead.
Yeah. So was there ever a minute that you had where you just questioned, is this what I really want to do? Cause, I mean, you seem very confident and sure of yourself, but was there ever a point in time when you thought, maybe acting isn't for me, maybe I'm not cut out for this, maybe I can't do it?
That always pops up. That's just part of it. Sometimes when I don't feel like I'm doing good or something like that, I'm just like, I'm not doing good enough. Like this work is not good enough, And I feel like that. I'm like, wow, why am I acting? There's moments like that, yeah, definitely. But I always just sit back and remind myself. I'm like, you're doing your thing and just stay focused on it. I don't let that get me down. I try not to beat myself up too hard about it. I find like it's really toxic. to allow that. You know, you got to be hard on yourself to an extent, but not too hard.
Yeah, and do you ever like kind of get yourself out of it? Do you like watch a movie, like a certain movie from like someone that really inspires you, or like a TV show? Like, how do you usually kind of get out of that mind frame?
What I do is I find something to do completely unrelated to acting. Completely in a completely different world. So if acting's just I'm not feeling in tune with it, I'll go watch basketball, I'll go hang out with my friends, just do something that has nothing to do with it. Because I find if I immerse myself in it too much, it's crazy. It's not good. It's not healthy for me.
Yeah. And okay, this is sorry. Before we jump back into the questions, we just received a text message from Dylan Everett, and he says, "No, it's me. Me and my mom are laughing my asses off right now."
Is he watching this right
now? He's watching this right now. Hi, Dylan. He said,
"Oh my gosh, what's up, dude?"
He said, "Isn't that my tooth? And does your sweater come in men's?"
Oh, it's like that. Oh, okay, bro.
Yeah. So, are you wearing his tooth?
No, I'm not wearing
Oh,
the
okay.
tooth.
It's not your tooth. Not.
Biting my style, and if you're wearing this tooth, not that it's not hard to find or anything. I'm just gonna take that off. Thanks, bro. But don't kill me. What are you doing? Monday, shouldn't you be in school or something?
Hi, Dylan. We miss you.
For real.
Yeah, and what was his other line that he just said? He was giving some biting words there, eh? I think he was asking about the sweater. Demo, does that sweater come in men's sizes?
Does that come in men's sizes? Yes, this is quite a men's size. Thank you very much. By the way, I met one of your friends at the Rihanna concert yesterday. Just, she said to say what's up, so I'm saying what's up.
So that's what happens in Hangouts, right? Connects people, brings people together.
That's just so funny. I was watching this.
Oh, that's so funny. And I guess that kind of goes to the point. You guys all still stay in touch outside of the show. You guys are all very close.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you were just in LA with a lot of the other guys too, right? So it seems like everyone gets along really, really well here.
Yeah, we do. It's great. You know, we have a really tight circle of people, and it's awesome.
Well, that is really great. And I think just now back to some of the questions in the room. We had, I think next was Carmel. Go ahead.
First off, shout out to Dylan. What's up? And hilarious. Okay, so I actually got the inspiration from the hood that you were wearing, the Nike, Just Do It. I was wondering if you had like a life philosophy that you live by, like, you know, YOLO, Carpe Diem, things like that.
Yeah, I do actually. It's not just a quick sentence really, but it's, for me, I feel like no matter how high you get on the rung in terms of success, that you can always do better and you can always strive to be better. And I think that is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I'm never ever going to get to a point and just be like, yeah, I've done enough, this is good enough, you know what I mean? And I also believe that you always should stay humble. Because I find that arrogance, you know, it comes in between your ability to perform, at least for myself. So I try to stay humble, and I just try to do as much as I can and make it as far as I can. And to appreciate everyone along the way, you know?
Mm-hmm. Good words, yeah. And Chelsea just said it sounds like you're already doing that for sure, because you could tell, you know, like with all the good relationships you have with everyone. And Jackie, would you like to ask the next question?
Yeah. What would you say is Dallas's most defining trait?
That's a good question. In terms of personality-wise, I'm gonna say just his brashness. So he just says things. He just comes out. Like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's incredibly rude and funny, sometimes it's just rude. And in terms of him physically, it's either the varsity jacket or his voice. Like you hear his voice, I'm like, oh, I'm talking in the third person right now, but yes, our voice. No, I'm not splitting. Yeah, anytime you hear Dallas' voice, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we could hear you walking in the office when you were like, hey, what's up, to Max, and we were like, oh, Demetrius is here. You have a good voice.
Yeah, it's just hard when everyone's telling me to be quiet because it just echoes. Everyone always hears me. I'm like, man, I'm not talking any louder than anyone else. And they're like, no, your voice is deep, man. I can hear you.
And this is just something that Dylan has popped up and is asking you.
What's he saying now?
When's the last time you shaved?
That's a good question. I think it's been a month and a half.
See if we can invite him.
Hey, Dylan, do you want me to give you some in case you can't grow any facial hair? I could send that over. I know you're dying right now.
Okay, so Dylan, now we're just gonna have to organize the next time you're coming to hang out because I think this guy will probably be online too.
Most definitely.
Oh man, this is so funny. And the I think sorry, who was the next question? I think Claire, go ahead. Hello? Sorry, Claire, would you like to ask the next question?
Okay, the gloves are off with you two tonight. Like, hi Dylan, and can you wish happy birthday to my friend Danny? She turns 14 soon.
Danny, happy birthday, Danny. Hope you have a great 14th.
And is there something that you've like learned from your experience so far, like whether it's off camera or on camera, is there anything that you've like an important lesson that you've learned?
I think the most important lesson that I've learned is that hard work pays off. That taking the time and effort to really do your best really pays off. Not even to do it for people to notice you, just doing it for yourself and for peace of mind. And I think that's a lesson that's been taught to me over the course of, 11, how many years now? 12 years that I've been in this industry. That, the harder you work, the more you're gonna feel like you rewarded yourself. And yeah, that's it.
No, absolutely. Lion, go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, what's the best part of being part of Degrassi and the franchise?
It's great. It's very fun. It's very different. It's a lot bigger than I thought, and it's been a great experience. And everyone here is just really friendly and very open, and I really like that about the show. I feel like I'm in someone's house, kind of, not necessarily on a TV show, but everyone's just so family oriented here, and it's great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you can tell because Dylan's getting really feisty over there.
But that's just, we'd have always used to lip on winging. It was the funniest thing. I was telling you guys how we always used to joke around before we were rolling one. I was always like that, just jabs back and forth.
Oh, that's so funny. And the next question, I think, was Line. No, sorry, Line, did you just ask your question? Yeah, okay.
It's me.
And, oh, sorry, Ashley, go ahead.
Okay. Dylan, you're adorable and you're sassy. We should be best friends. Just saying. Demetrius, you need to catch up on that one. He has some good stuff. But
I don't know. He's witty. I have to like think for a second, and then it's just like, oh no, it just passed me by.
And so I was wondering if you got to create an episode, like write one and produce it and direct it, what would your episode like involve, or what would it be focused on?
That's a good question. I think it would be something crazy that happened in Degrassi that just completely changed it entirely. Like I don't know, like a themed episode. I can't really think about it off the top of my head. Or maybe, you know what? I got a good one right now. Degrassi goes to like Mount Everest or something, where it's like we're all in snow cabins and like it's crazy because all this drama breaks out and we're in the middle of another country, so we can't leave each other. Just kind of like stuck. I think that'd be pretty cool.
That would be really cool, and it's like kind of like in a cave or something.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all like they all have to like bend for. Yeah. Oh, and actually just brought it up. It's like Lost. Kind of
yeah, exactly. Lost Degrassi style.
But like in like a cold country because it's a Canadian show.
Exactly.
Right? So it has to be cold.
It has to be. We have to freeze our butts off all the time.
Exactly. It wouldn't be real. And Chelsea, go ahead. You had a question.
I did. So my question was, Demetrius, what are your opinions on why they chose to make Dallas a father? And I'm not sure how much of this you can answer, but how do you think it'll show a change in him now that we actually know that he is a father?
I feel like it's very realistic because there's a lot of young people who have kids, and especially athletes, because a lot of times athletes, the way they look at women and stuff like that, it's just how Dallas is. You just gotta keep them rolling type thing. So I feel like it's a very realistic twist to the character, And I think now that we know that he has one, and now that the situation has happened, I feel like he's going to step up and really fill his shoes and just be a father, because that's very important, especially having a kid at such a young age. It's so much harder because you don't even have life established. He's still in high school, and he's got a son. So
Yeah, very interesting. And Jackie, you had a question. Go ahead.
First of all, hi Dylan. I feel bad I didn't say hi to you last time that I talked, so I felt kind of guilty. Anyway, so Degrassi has a really big expanding online fandom, and I was wondering if you ever get to if you ever feel the urge to peek into it a little bit, search your tags on Tumblr or something.
yeah, sometimes I do that every now and again. I'll just see what people are posting, people are saying, and for the most part, it's been really positive stuff, and I love that. I love, people appreciating what I do, and that's pretty much why I do it, because I want to make sure that what I'm showing and what I'm giving people they like, and that's it. I'm always on Twitter. I may not always respond to my mentions, but I read them all, and I appreciate everything that everyone says to me. So it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Carmel, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yes, so you have a really cool name, and speaking as someone who also has a really cool name, Carmel, Demetrius, they just roll right off the tongue. I was wondering if there was a story behind your name.
Yeah, I agree with you with the names. Yeah, they're very different. My mom said, because my mom's Greek, she just wanted to carry on that Greek heritage, and she wanted to give me the Greek version of my name. Demetrius is actually Jim in English, and Jim is, in comparison, it's not very sounding. So she was like, you know what, Demetrius is going to be his name, and it's cool because I don't think I've met another Demetrius who isn't Greek, and even then I haven't met that many.
Very cool.
Solidarity.
No, definitely really interesting names. Claire, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, someone is just. Oh God, I forgot my question. Do you want to go to someone else while I'm trying to remember?
Yeah, sure. We'll come back. And I think we're just gonna read these out loud, because I think you just said that you were gonna start calling Demetrius Jim.
No, not allowed.
So now he's sharing stuff with you guys. You guys are supposed to help him out, right? And Ashley, go ahead. You can go first.
Hey, Jim. Demetrius. So, or Jimbo, as Carmela said. My question, my last one, I guess, before we go off, is where's your favorite place to travel in the United States? Los Angeles. And in those places, where's your favorite place to go to? Los Angeles.
To be honest, I haven't traveled to many places in the States, but most recently, definitely, Los Angeles is such a beautiful place. The way everything is designed there, I love it. I love the colors. I love the palm trees. I think it's great. And actually, my favorite place to go while I'm there, I really like going to the City Walk in Universal Studios. I think it's really cool. It's different. It's always so lit, so alive. I think that's really cool.
You need to check out Saddle Ranch. I think you, Monroe.
Actually, yeah, we went a few times. That place is cool. And, you get
Isn't
on
it?
Right. I actually have a video of Justin trying. And
can we see that video?
yeah, I'll post that online. Yeah.
I just tweeted you, so you can definitely tweet me back the video.
I feel bad when they hear about this. My phone's gonna be ringing out the hook.
Well, to me, Dylan already saw this, so.
Yeah, Dylan's gonna spread the word.
And Claire, did you want to go back? Do you remember your question now?
Yeah. What was have you ever had a really weird experience with a fan? One that's kind of just made you think, okay, that's weird.
With what? Sorry, I didn't hear exactly.
Have you ever had a really weird experience with a fan?
Oh, with a fan.
Oh, I think there's been a few times where people have just been really rude. And I'm like, if you wanna come and show some appreciation, come up to me and talk to me like a human being, because that's what I am. And a lot of times people just say stupidness, or they'll just yell at me across the mall or whatever, and I'm like, come on. That's really disrespectful. I wouldn't do that to anybody that I saw on TV. I would go up to them, and I'm very nice. I'm very open to talk to people, So I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we have a question on YouTube, and we're actually just going to be wrapping up soon. So if you guys have any questions, please let us know and just shoot them at us really quickly. We'll probably do another round. And this is a question from YouTube and from Hit the Riggering. I guess I hope I'm saying that right, or maybe it's another typo. But it's what's your favorite snack?
Ooh, that's tough. Hands down, Dorito spicy chips.
Oh, so good.
Those are like a grail of mine. I love Dorito spicy chips, and then the Fritos Hoops, the barbecue flavored. They're so hard to find, but they're so good, and they always have so much flavor on them.
Yeah, you're very passionate about your snacks and your games and cars.
I am so like when I have something I like, I stick to it.
That's good. That's definitely a good thing. Yeah. So, did anybody else in the room have another round of questions, or we're gonna jump over to another question from Google Plus? How did your high school experience compare to Dallas? And this is a question from Emma Badja.
Very different, first and foremost. I didn't play hockey. I didn't play any sort of sport at that level. In high school, I just kind of did my own thing. Like I wasn't a loud person. I was just kind of there. You know, I went to school, did what I had to do, and then I went home. So in that regard, it's completely different, and nothing compared to Dallas's. I mean, he seems to have YOLO'd a lot through high school. So all my Drake fans are gonna get that. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And you just went to the Rihanna concert yesterday. So do you have any favorite songs of hers? Like, what's your favorite track?
I really like Love Song with Future. When she performed that, I was actually like, oh, this is sick.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to do one more question in the room. Jackie, would you like to start first?
Sorry about that. So hold on, I wrote it down. Do you see yourself at all in Dallas, or are you guys just completely different?
I see myself in him in the regard when he was trying to elevate Cam, you know, not when he was being rude about it, but when he was kind of nicely give him a big brother hug, being like, come on, man, I need you to get up and play hockey, you know what I mean? Sometimes it didn't always come across in the right way, but I definitely, I'm like that sometimes to people that I care about and I want to do well, so, you know, I lend a hand out to them and be like, come on, man, you can do better than that, or just keep pushing yourself, you're doing good, so.
Yeah. Yeah, you're it's a captain kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So I guess I said the captain aspect.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I think Chelsea had another question. Go ahead.
I did. So my last question is, you may have just answered this, but you seem really supremely confident and humble, and that's all that great stuff. If you had to say anything to someone who kind of wants to be more confident and just kind of, block out self-doubt the way that you seem to, do you have any advice for people like that?
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like you should be proud of your own individualism. Just do what you enjoy to do, and people who appreciate that and people who are in the same circle will flock to you. And that's what I've done. You know, I don't change myself to act any way to be friends with somebody. You know, if we're just not going to be friends, we're just not going to be friends. We have different interests. But by me doing that, I've created a circle of friends that share similar interests, and I really enjoy spending time with them. I just really feel like, people shouldn't pay attention to what a lot of people tell you should do, how you should act. Just do whatever it is you want to do, you know what I mean? And don't try and be anyone else.
Yeah, play Monopoly if you want to play Monopoly.
Exactly, play Monopoly, you want to play Warcraft, do whatever you want to do, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's your own individual style, and I feel like everyone should look at themselves as a leader. That, not everyone does this, but I do it. I'm starting this now. It's my own personal trend, even if, I'm not trying to get people to follow me, but I'm doing it on my own.
I like that a lot. That's a really captain-like thing to say. It sounds like very Mike Dallas too in a way too. I'm just so moved. And Claire, go ahead. You had a question next.
I'm gonna be telling people that we're best friends now, and that you're gonna kind of have to deal with that because that's real now. Are there any guilty pleasures that you have?
That's a good question. Oh yeah, there's this show on TLC. I forgot the name of it. Honey Boo Boo Child is in it. Yeah, I like watching that with my mom because it's
Here
funny.
Comes Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, Yeah, that one I like watching. That's funny. TLC has got some really out there shows, and it's just funny. Like I watch it to laugh. You know, I just feel sorry for those kids.
That's you know what's actually really funny about that? I think Annie and Christine just met Honey Boo Boo's mom this weekend at the GLAAD Awards.
Really?
Yeah, so there's some photos we'll have to show you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the next question, I think Ashley had another question. Go ahead.
Honey Boo Boo?
Go ahead, share with us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so my last question. Oh my God, that's gonna scar my brain. My last question was, is there a character on Degrassi that you haven't really filmed any episodes with that you would like to work with? It was really good talking to you, so.
That's cool. I haven't really filmed. Yeah, AJ. He's one of my closest boys, and we've had half a scene together. Or no, we had a scene together. I would like to do more work with him just because we're so tight and because we ourselves are so different than our characters. To get in a character and act together would be so cool and very different.
What would you think you and AJ, well, your characters would do? Like, if you did have another scene?
That's a good question. I feel like they wouldn't like each other, to be honest, at first, just because Connor's straight like that too. He just says things like he doesn't care. Same with Dallas, but I don't know. I feel like there could be common ground with them for something. Like Connor's really smart, and Dallas to an extent has a lot of pull. So maybe Connor could create something, and then Dallas will blast it out. You know.
That would be an interesting friendship. That really would be. Carmela, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yes, actually, before I say mine, there's this really good one in the room that I want to give Claire a shout out. Can you give us your best pickup line?
Ooh. Oh, actually, Claire, I'm going to read Claire's out loud. Claire says, if you want to read it out loud, go ahead. You can deliver it in the best way.
Okay, that's just so funny.
Okay, go ahead, say it out loud.
All right, so you guys want me to say it like
say it like you would pick up.
Just for the record, I would never say these pickup lines. All right, so I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna dart my eyes like this. Where is it?
Oh, it's hold on.
Okay.
It's right here.
Is your name Wi-Fi? Because I'm feeling a connection. That's cheesy. Yeah. I have one though. I actually read it. I always see it on Twitter. You go to a girl and be like, "You're a 9 out of 10. I'm the one you're missing."
Oh, that is so good.
It's cheesy as heck, but hey, it might work.
Oh, that is so good. I think Ashley's blushing now, and I think Chelsea and everyone I think are smitten. Oh, Claire was pretty into it.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a sentence, and can you just finish the end of it? Ready? If I wasn't afraid, I would.
You want me to just take that in my own way?
Yeah.
Okay. If I wasn't afraid, I would get on roller coasters.
You're afraid of roller coasters?
So I haven't made that a joke. That seemed really serious, but I'll be honest with you. I have no problem with heights. I have no problem with like being in things that move and make your stomach feel weird, but there's something about roller coasters, just that first drop. I just don't like that G-force. It just feels weird, and like the slow, like ticking. And, but I would skydive. I feel like that would be fun. I think just because of the fact that it's a roller coaster.
It's the anticipation, like you know it's coming.
Yeah, you know.
You're psyching yourself out.
But you know, someone said to me the last time when I actually got convinced to go on one of the really big ones in our amusement park out here, he was like, honestly, just look at it like this. That's only 90 seconds of your life. And when I thought of it like that, I was like, okay, this is only gonna last for 5 seconds, and the rest of it, another like 75, will be good, you know. And that got me through it, and that was actually really fun. I enjoyed it.
See, so there wasn't so bad. Okay, Demetrius goes to Wonderland. The next little segment we're going to do. I think it'd be fun. I think it would be really fun. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Lion, go ahead. You had a question?
Yeah, since I said I suffer from chronic depression, do you have any advice for someone who has trouble accepting the fact that they're sick and afraid to seek help?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I think the way that we've dealt with it, having, Bittersweet Symphony touching upon some of these topics is that, Degrassi wants you to know that this is a community and there's always going to be someone there that you can talk to. Yeah. And there are resources out there for people that need help. And I think the importance and what the show is about is that you're not alone.
Yeah, that's what I feel like the message is conveyed a lot. And I mean, honestly, I can't really say much because I haven't been in that situation. But like Abby said, there's always someone there to talk to.
Mm-hmm,
so.
mm-hmm. And no matter what, I think people care. Pardon?
The community in Denmark is not very big, and mental illness is almost as is if you're talking to someone who suffers from it gets it too. So it's kind of strange, and I'm afraid to talk to people about it. So.
Yeah, I think there are resources online as well, and I believe like Kids Help Phone, and this is something maybe we can try to send some links or try to look for some. There's I think 800-273-TALK, which is a nationwide American site, but they also have online support. And I think that it's really important, I think, for shows like Degrassi to bring light to these situations so you don't have to feel alone. And even wherever you are, in Denmark or anywhere in the world, that there's someone there that really cares about you and that there's...
And personally, when it comes down to social norm, like I said earlier, I mean, whatever. I mean, you have to look out for yourself. You got to be selfish when it comes to yourself. Everything that you do has to be for your own best interest. So if people are, if it's not considered socially acceptable or cool, whatever, their opinions don't matter. You are your first priority.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay to ask for help. It's not a selfish thing to do. And I think in the Much Talk special, I think Aislinn really set hit home with that comment. It's okay to ask for help. Yeah. And thank you to everyone in this room, and we had so much fun. This was really fun. And does everyone want to just maybe say bye or one last thought? We'll start with Ashley. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to Toronto soon, and I'm going to definitely hit up Wonderland, and I totally think you should come. And that you should get on the roller coaster, because I'm sorry, but you got to suck that up, man. I mean, roller coasters are the best things ever. But when I'm out there, is there any other places I should definitely check out? And it was great talking to you.
Yeah, Toronto's got a lot of great things that you could do. Definitely check out the Eaton Centre, which is our main mall. Go to the CN Tower, and if you come when the weather's good, do the City Walk, which is you go on the top, the Skywalk, sorry, and you go on the top. I already said City Walk. But yeah, I would check that out, and just. I like being downtown. I like a lot of the buildings are really nice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, it was great talking to you. You were very funny, so thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Carmel, go ahead.
Hey, this was amazing. Thanks for inviting me to be a part of it. Did not realize how down to earth you were, and it was really, really refreshing to see who was behind Mike Dallas, because it's so easy to get caught up with whoever you're playing.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And just... I don't know, keep it up. I'm just going to keep watching again. Thanks a lot.
Awesome, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
And I think this is good too, because I think it's hard because you do such a good job as Mike Dallas. It's like easy to be like, oh, I hate Mike Dallas, right? But then you're like, I don't hate Demetrius. I just hate Mike Dallas sometimes.
Totally.
Yeah, Chelsea, go ahead.
Well, first of all, you need to come to Florida because I'm sunburnt, so the weather's awesome, and it's an escape from the cold. Come to Florida. We have Disney World. This was a total dream come true as a Degrassi super fan. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for answering my questions so thoughtfully. And I want to say that I'm really going to take your advice to heart about not beating yourself up, because it's a huge problem of mine and it is really toxic. So I really liked what you had to say about that, and I'm really going to try and take it to heart. So thank you so much.
No, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Claire, go ahead.
Well, everyone seems to be saying this, so, come to England. We'll be very welcoming. But yeah, thank you so much for coming online. And I'm still blushing from this pickup line. Like, I'm still getting over that. Like, yeah, just thanks for letting us all come in and talk to us. And we hope to speak to you again soon, Jim.
Likewise. Oh, man.
So many dark secrets of yours have just come out in the past hour and a half. I think now I don't know if you've just gotten cooler or if that just kind
Yeah,
of
I
was
don't know. I guess we'll see.
like. And Jackie, go ahead.
I just wanted to thank you both because it's like not too many other like TV shows like get so connected with its fans. So I'm very thankful to be able to talk to like cast members from this. So it's really great. Thank you. And also you should totally come down to New York sometime. Hold on, sorry, my dad is like calling me. I'll be on in a second, Dad. I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
One sec. Okay, so anyway, you should totally come to New York. We're a cool city. And I'm actually thinking about coming to Toronto. I'm trying to convince my parents to go to Toronto over the summer because my dad's like, yeah, we could do it. So maybe I'll see you there.
Cool.
Who knows? It's a big city though, so.
Wow, a lot of Toronto people. So every time you're walking down the street, you can just walk up to Demetrius. Don't shout at him in the mall. Just go say hi.
But yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And I think, Lime, would you like to say something at the end?
Sure. Thank you for doing this. I never win anything, really, so I'm kind of surprised I found out this during my class. I almost screamed out. So I was kind of excited because Degrassi means a lot to me, and I've been close to where Cam was, and I had a friend in France who helped me not to do it. So thank you for being on Degrassi and making Degrassi.
Yeah, no worries.
Well,
Definitely.
thank you all for watching, and thank you so much. And there's one last question I want to ask on YouTube before we wrap this up, and this is from Joanna Meg, and this is something that's a question that everyone's been asking us, like a lot. So, would you do a Degrassi-style Harlem Shake for us? Like, so this is maybe something we can collaborate on. Maybe I can get you and like Monroe and Justin and Dylan and all the guys to come in, and like Melinda and some people possibly to do a Harlem Shake. Would that be something you're down for?
110%. I love those Harlem Shake videos.
Yes!
They're the funniest thing. Just a quick note, when you're at the Rihanna concert, before she came on stage, the Harlem Shake came on, and I kid you not, 20,000 people stood up and started doing the Harlem Shake dance. It was just so funny.
Okay, so maybe we'll have to figure that out, and I would love for maybe like a fan component. Maybe we could do like a big hangout or something, and have everyone doing a Harlem Shake at the same time, and then everyone practice your moves. So maybe, you know what? Let me think on that, and we'll figure something out. But
Sounds
we're
good.
Abby, you should be in it too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get Demetrius will help us convene some more people too.
Yep,
bring the boys in. Oh, this will be so fun. Okay, and on that note, we're gonna wrap things up. And is there anything else you'd like to add before we head out?
Oh no, just thank you for your amazing questions, and thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it with me on the School Plus chat, and everyone else who's watching on YouTube, even Dylan out there. Just when I see you, boy. But anyway, yeah, I just want to say thank you guys very much, and for all your support. It's great. It keeps me going, and I'm looking forward to another good season of Degrassi and delivering for you guys. So.
And thank you so much. And I think we've really gotten a chance to know Demetrius a lot better today. And I think he's a lot cooler than I thought he would be, right?
Yeah. We'll go play some Monopoly.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.